John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kathleen. Good to be here.
Well, it's kind of counterintuitive. We thought housing was sinking. We've heard a lot about cutbacks in anything related to housing, including mortgages, and forecasts they're going to see deeper cuts next year. But you're hiring workers. What's going on?
Well, what's happening, Kathleen, is you have a lot of the big lenders out there that hire lots and lots of people during the boom times, and then when things get a little more lean, they have to cut back. And that's where companies like ours will come in, and we'll look to scoop those people up because it's difficult with a low unemployment rate that we have to find skilled workers in our industry. So one of the best ways to do it is when other companies are laying off and picking those people up for ourselves.
John, should we also take that then as a sense of your confidence in your business, your confidence that we've gone through a slowdown, things have been crunched, but we're getting to the point where we're kind of stabilizing around the bottom and things are going to eventually move higher?
I believe so, and I think a lot of economists believe the same. I think that things are going to start to stabilize more. I think we are seeing, although nobody's calling the bottom of the market just yet, I think we are real close to a bottom of the market. We're confident in our business model. We're confident in knowing that we're agile enough to shift from market to market. One of the things that we've done over the last years, we've refocused our attention to the $2 trillion of adjustable rate mortgages that are getting set to refinance. And that's very important because a lot of consumers are concerned about their rates going higher and their payments going higher. So they're refinancing now while the rates are still low.
So interesting you say that, John, because a lot of economists who are very bearish and say the Fed's going to have to cut rates, say it's because of these arms setting higher, it'll hit households very hard, and it will slow down the economy because they're stopped spending. You say they're refinancing, so it sounds to me like that could be the antidote.
Well, I think so. As a matter of fact, about a week ago, mortgage applications were up 8%, and 50% of those applications were refinances. Let's face it, $2 trillion of adjustable rate mortgages getting ready to reset is pretty scary for a lot of consumers out there. In a lot of cases, your rate could pop up 2%, your payment's going to jump up. The good news, however, is that right now, interest rates are still low. So those who are going to refinance those arms can still get in at low rates and still keep their monthly payments nice and low.
John, what do you see in terms of people who have mortgages right now? Distress, more delinquencies, people holding up fairly well. What's your sense of the market you serve?
Well, the market we serve is a little bit different than the rest of the country, so our market is not as stressed as other parts of the country. However, I think, because of the fact that you've got a record number of mortgages that have been done over the years, you're going to see higher delinquencies just due to the volume that we've had in the past. That's kind of common sense.
Okay, John Sauro, we're going to leave it there. We thank you so much for joining us and giving us a real live version of what's going on in this important industry. We appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. Good to be here, and have a nice holiday.
You too. John is president of North Atlantic Mortgage Corporation. And coming up next, we'll update world and national news, get a preview of what's coming up tomorrow on the economy.